Cameron. We have a couple of our keepers helping us out today. Closest to me is Kelly. She's going to be working with Santiago. He is our male, and then down at the far end we have Hilda. She's going to be working with Majeska, and Majeska is our female. Now, Majeska and Santiago are brother and sister. They are about 4 years old. They came to us when they were just a couple months old. They were orphaned up in Oregon at a very, very young age, underneath probably just about a couple months. And normally mountain lions stay with their mother for about a year to 2 years to learn how to hunt and survive on their own. And since they were only just a couple months old, they didn't learn any of those necessary skills to survive. So that's why they're here. This is their forever home. They can't be released just because they got too used to humans, as well as the skills part. We can't teach them how to be a mountain lion, so that's not appropriate for them to go back out in the wild just because they wouldn't be able to survive. So most of our animals that we have here are injured, orphaned, or confiscated as illegal pets. They're deemed non-releasable.
They're supposed to focus their energy on figuring out what the clicker's supposed to do.
Right now what we're doing is a little bit of a husbandry training session. So what that means is all the training that we do here is to assess their health and to prepare them for procedures. So each behavior serves a specific purpose for our keepers, making sure that they are healthy. So you might see our keepers having them do a stand-up behavior, check their stomachs. We can make sure they don't have any cuts or scratches. We also do a paw behavior. We check the bottoms of the feet and their claws. We can also do descent touching on them. So you might see our keepers touching the bottoms of their feet, make sure they don't have any sensitive spots, or if we have to do a topical ointment on the bottom of their feet. And you saw Kelly and Santiago do kind of our big flare behavior. They'll jump up and put all 4 feet up on the fence. We do that to check their back paws, because it's pretty easy to check their front. The only ways we can really actually check their back paws is actually putting all 4 up on the fence. So even though it's fun and exciting, it still does serve a purpose. So we also do what's called a target behavior down there. Hilda is doing that with Majeska. We'll put the red target up to the fence, and they'll touch their nose to that. It helps us move them around. Basically, since we can't go in there and move them exactly where we'd like them to go, since they're trained to touch their nose to that, we can move them wherever we would like, make sure we see a certain side, to move them to a specific area, things like that. And we also do what's called an injection behavior. So you might see our keepers actually poking them with the other side of that training stick. We don't do that to be mean, we're just trying to desensitize them to an injection. So raise your hands if you think giving a mountain lion a shot is a fun idea. Exactly. So that's why we do this every day for the training. So we actually have to do that behavior. It only just takes a second. They get a nice reward right after that. So we don't do it hard. It's just to actually get the pressure of that when we actually have to do that behavior. That helps our veterinary staff, so we don't have to do any guarding, anything like that. And we do this training anywhere between 3 to 7 times a day. It gets them up and active as well as stimulated. We want their minds working as well. Now, these cats can sleep about 20 hours a day, so getting them up and active is very important, so that's why we do the training sessions. But we also do what's called BE, or behavioral enrichment. So if you look around, we might have some toys out there. That's to help get them up and stimulated, as well as thinking. So we'll hide food in those, as well as we'll hide food around the exhibit, make sure that they're actually hunting and searching for their food. We'll also do cardboard boxes with meat in them. They get to tear those up. Popsicles with treats, anything we can kind of do to get them up and moving around is always good for them. And that helps burn calories as well, so we want them moving around. So Santiago is going to be a little bit heavier than a mountain lion you might find down in Southern California. He weighs about 140 pounds, Majeska weighs around 120. Up in the Canada range, they can get up to about 200 pounds. They're going to be a little bit bigger. But in Southern California, we do have mountain lions that range anywhere between 80 to 110. But just like people, some people are tall, some people are short. Same thing for mountain lions. Just because they're in a specific area, they can be a little bit bigger than other mountain lions. So, and we do have mountain lions here. And the one thing I want you guys to remember, if you are hiking, camping, mountain biking, and you do see a mountain lion or anything in California that might freak you out, the best way to handle that situation is big and loud. It's going to be very rare that you will ever see a mountain lion in the wild, but just remember, big and loud. Never turn your back from the mountain lion, because if you turn your back and run away, what does its food do? Runs away from them. So you don't want to simulate their prey, as well as stand your ground, be big and loud. So if you have kids, you can put them on your shoulders, gets them off the ground, as well as it makes yourself look a little bit taller. And we also recommend screaming and yelling. If you have jackets, take your jackets off, wave them around, big loud movements. If you have whistles, those are easy to carry on you. It makes a really high-pitched noise as well, and it kind of alerts everybody around that there's either danger or something's going on. We also recommend using the buddy system as well. The more people you have, the bigger you look as a group and the louder you are. So I want you guys to remember big and loud, and that works for anything in California, whether it's mountain lions, black bears, bobcats or coyotes, anything that you might be afraid of. Big and loud is the best way to handle that. Now our keepers are going to be finishing up their training. If you guys do have any questions, we'll be up here answering those for you. Again, my name is Cameron. We have Kelly right in front of me. Down at the far end, we have Hilda. Just wait till our keepers are completely done with their training. They are working with cats right now. They need to have their whole focus on the cats. But once they're done, they'll be able to answer those for you. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day at the OC Zoo.